Yo, what up, Greg? Beside here. Let me take a break from all the crazy fragment fusion farming I've been doing and tell you about the event that is coming up that will soon make the portal glow. It's kind of unusual in way to see the portal not glowing on a Monday like this. Don't worry, that will be fixed on Tuesday with this 15x event that are coming up. It's not part of the fusion. First note, take note, this Tuesday and Wednesday summoning events are not part of the Donatello or Donnie Fusion, right? So these are only for players who are going hard for CVC that is going on right now. So this Tuesday and Wednesday shout summoning is for only players who are very competitive in this clan versus clan tournament. So by going into the clan versus clan, you see there's a personal reward right here. For your clan to be in a tier 6 or tier 5, most players will not just spend in-game resources like energy and silver and all that to get points for these personal rewards. They'll go ahead and summon some shards. That's what this Tuesday and Wednesday events are all about. 15x progressive chance event. If you keep summoning for a specific champion in that 15x, it might be boosted up to a 25x of getting that particular champion. 15x does not boost your chances of getting legendaries in the game. Disclaimer out of the way. So if you're up for grabs, if you're looking towards scoring some huge CVC points and you don't want to use the alternate free ways we do it by saving a lot of resources and spending it on CVC, you might just do the spender way of summoning some crazy legendaries during CVC and get a ton of points for your clan. So help your clan win those points and so you can rank up in the points too. So that's clan versus clan. A lot of clans are very competitive in it, not just being competitive in PvP. That's also a whale fest right here. So the portal will be glowing this time around. It will be for these specific legendaries. I'll also be talking about my fusion progress so far by the end. So let me not talk about this 15x first. These are the champion on the list. 15x champions: Preva, the Slither, Vault Keeper, Wixwell. I don't encourage anybody to go and summon their shards during the 15x. That's why I don't go into great details of each of these champions to tell you their skills and how crazy they will be for your account, because I know that your chances of getting them during the CVC is too slim. It's too slim. Even if you're a spender, just the mere fact that you might summon up to 4 legendaries before you get this 15x champion, 25x champion that you put in there, it's not a good way. It's not a good way of getting a legendary that you want. But check out, Leonardo is up there for grabs. The Void legendary, one of the first and the new ones. These are exclusive ones, right? Leonardo especially is exclusive, and which other one is exclusive right there? Only Leonardo. So anybody that is looking forward to grabbing this exclusive champion and you have 1,000 2,000 void shards to throw until you get him, that's the event for you right here. Leonardo is up for grabs. 15x, 20x, 25x Leonardo. I wish you luck though. Hopefully you get him in one temple and you just get it and end your void shard summoning. But there are others on the list: Helicat, Kyoku, Kira the Watcher. If you're summoning ancient shard, primal shards and sacred shards, you get those other champions. But for void shards, it's going to be Leonardo that most players will be selecting as their #1 slot for summoning right here. I have 100 void shards, but I'm not touching this 15x event at all, especially knowing fully well that there is a champion chase coming up that we'll have to prepare for during this fusion. Or there'll be other ways, not just this is not the only way to get Leonardo. Take note, there'll be other ways in the future. This event is running for a few months. There'll be other ways for us to pick up this champion again, hopefully. I'm hoping, not just only 15x events, right? Hopefully a guaranteed something. One of them will be a guaranteed, I think. All right, let me go ahead and see the second day. This CVC is running for 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. This batch is for the champions on Tuesday. It will only be available for 24 hours. Then on Wednesday, a fresh batch of champions are available right here for you to summon from shards and get them. That's why you see Raphael right there is on the list. You can pick up Raphael as a 15x, 20x or a 25 champion. If you keep summoning shards without getting the legendary, there you go. Raphael is up there for grabs. And Arashi, the Riptide, Cheshire Cat, Kaloite, the Ash Arrow, Hefrak, Chalco the Blind, Baron, and Tommen the Cold are up for grabs from Voids also. Those are the 15x champions available Tuesday and Wednesday, and a lot of players might be summoning on Tuesday, Void Shard especially, to pick up their copy of this exclusive champion, right? So let me know in the comments if you're interested in this event, especially because it has an amazing legendary champion that is exclusive up for grabs. Leonardo, right? This is his name. All right, What else is here to discuss in raid? The fragment fusion. The fragment fusion is still up, and by now you should be at, should I say 50 or 45? You should be at 50 fragments right now. Why? Because by now you should have done your dragon tournament. Well, that's what I'm currently doing right now. If you watch my screen, you see some energy popping up on the center of the screen. That's because it is claiming my energy that I'm currently using to farm the dragon, and you can see some red dots popping up for the dungeon divers also. I'm not adding the dungeon divers as one of the fragments you might have obtained by now, being a Monday morning, because there's still a long way to go for these dungeon divers, and nobody in their right mind is farming a dungeon diver that just launched this morning so fast like that. Well, so dragon tournament is going on, champion training is still going on. Champion training is one that is about to expire, so even before I recorded this video, I went in there and started taking a bunch of 2-star champions to 3-star, and that's how I knocked out my champion training. Now, if you're crazy about this new relic that just came out, you might be going all the way and still farming your champion training. I prefer when the champion training had a legendary skill tome at the end. I usually go for it because I need those skill tomes, but this one that has a relic for 11k points, and when you go in there and forge, you get the relic crafting materials, right, for 11k. You go in there to the relic crafting and go in there and select and forge, and you get a rare. Now you might say, yes, I'm using rare, but even the legendary ones you put in there, you put, you click forge, you get a trash one. So if you, I thought it just forged it for me. No, it was just claiming energy. If you know the value of this relic, this new relic that just came out, forget about what I'm saying. Go ahead and do what you need to do. If you go into their index, this is my own index, not their own index, right? This is relic storage. Relic index is where I want to go. You can find out the new relic that just came out, what it's going to be all about. Where is it? The clan, Alice Adventure, Chaos Awakes. This one, this is the new ones. They called it Discovery. Chaos Awake just ended, so this is Discovery. So these are the new, all the new relics that just came out right here, and you can go ahead and see what they do, whether you want to pick up mythical relic crafting materials or the legendary ones that are available in that dungeon divers. So, and see whether they will change your account for the better. I've not gone over them. I don't know whether they will be game changing. I don't even know my chances of picking them up, how good my chances are, but I'll do some events that have them. Obviously you can see I have 75 of this one right now, not up to 100, but I'll craft some. I'm not missing out on all of it, take note. I'm just think this dungeon divers is, this champion training is too long. But if you still have a bunch of dungeon divers to do, you can go back to the champion training and do more champion training, although it's not the best way to complete dungeon divers, right? So you can also use dragon, or the event dungeon is open for you if you still need that event dungeon, new artifacts and accessories. A lot of people are looking down on this one. I've seen some comments in the live stream that says this is trash. I have pushed it all the way to 27 without looking at any best team recommendations or anything. Now, in order to push to 28 and more, I'll need to look at the pros and what they are using and use those type of similar champions to get it done. I just put in my normal everyday daily champions in there, and I nuked it all the way to this level. So let me know in the comments which teams you are using to beat it at level 30. So if there's an event dungeon that tournament, especially, we know there's going to have the event dungeon tournament like they normally do, that has some good rewards like the relic up for grabs, I will go in there and farm it. Not farming it because I need these new artifacts, right? Where is the name? They even just called it amulets. I thought they were going to give us the name. Okay, there you go. Chronophage, right? Chronophage artifacts. That's the new ones you're expected to get as you farm this content. A variable set right here. And I think I already picked up some by farming this content, but I don't know how much worth it will be for me. I prefer pinpoints. I still look forward to getting a bunch of pinpoints. My dragon is farming and my storage is full as usual. But let's go down to Chronophage. This is the new one that people are farming for in that event dungeon. Where is it? It's right there at the top. That means, is this, if this one is at the top, that means it's not that good. Where is it? Where is it hiding? Chronophage. Have I now picked up any? I know I have. Did I sell everything I got from that battles? You know me, if I'm getting a new artifact set and it's not a 6-star, I just instantly sell it. It's not at the top right here. It's not at the bottom. That means I've sold all the chronophage I just got recently. Nothing. achieved right here. But anyway, maybe I should have checked accessories. Maybe they gave me accessories for chronophage. This one doesn't show you by special, not standard. Show me special ones. It's not going to show me unless I expand it. Where is the chronophage? I don't know. I know I farmed some, but I cannot find it right now. But that's another content I farmed 10 times or so. Maybe that's why I cannot find any. But you guys have to decide whether that new artifact set and accessories is worth it for you. But most players are looking down on it and saying it's not worth farming. They rather pinpoint repeats as an event dungeon reward for farming event dungeon than this new one. But hey, it's good that Raid is mixing up something a little bit, and there are players who will find use for this. There are endgame players who, of course, begin to put out teams where chronophage can do crazy things for us. But we're hoping for those videos to come up so I can decide from those videos whether they are worth it or not. You can also tell me in the comments where you think that new artifact set will be useful. When I reviewed it before it got released into the game, as that my first impression, I wasn't so impressed by chronophage, to be honest. Whether it's a 6-piece, 9-piece will be impossible most of the time. As a 6-piece, what can it do for us in Raid? That's what I look. It's not that impressive. All right, if I pull up my Fusion calendar right here, today is a Monday. If I draw my line, boom, beautiful line right there, and begin to see how many events I've done. You've already seen this 45. That's what you have to do to make sure you don't miss out on anything. Yesterday on the stream, when I was counting, due to bad maths or due to thinking I've not done champion training, I thought I missed out on 5 fragments. So I panicked for a bit, but we got 5 right here, plus 15, that's 20, 25. Dragon is not done. I'm not going to mark that. 30, 35, and plus 10 right here. That is champion training is done. 40 fragments. See, I'm making that mistake again. Let me count again. I'm making that mistake. I should have 45. That's 5 plus this. That's 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Plus this should be 50. Okay, so now if I added dragon, so it's 50 fragments. So if you've done your dragon, you should be adding 50 right there. But since I've not done my dragon, if I take this off, I should be at 45. So the dragon makes it 50 fragments, and the dungeon divers is starting right now today on a Monday. But take note, this dungeon divers has nothing attached to it than this champion training and dragon. So if you're done with champion training, you're left to complete this dungeon divers with only dragon. That's a lot of dragon farming, which a lot of players do not want to do. To complete dungeon divers with only dragon feels like a punishment, because you might not get the good speed gear you're looking for. Fine, we have a 2x speed drop going on, right? 2x speed, so it's not that bad. So you have to decide. Some players will stop farming the dragon once the tournament point is done, and they'll switch over to a more better dungeon that will give them at least silver, that they like the spider, and which is even faster. The spider is much faster at completing dungeon divers. So if I farm it at hard 10 right here, my dungeon divers will be completed a lot faster, and most likely sell majority of the gear and accessories I get from here, since we are using most of the time special accessories anyway. So you have to decide. Do you want to use dragon to complete that entire dungeon divers, or you want to switch to a different dungeon like event dungeon or spider? Definitely not ice golem or fire knight. Fire knight is too it's too hard. It takes too long too. All right, so you got to decide about that. But I had to mention it that this dungeon divers is not, you're not waiting for anything else, because on Thursday the fire knight does not cut into this dungeon divers at all. So it's only this dragon is our only hope of completing dungeon divers too. But if you're one of those players who is skipping out on 5 fragments from dungeon divers, this is the one to skip out on. You can just say, I hate dungeon divers too, because dragon will end and the dungeon divers still has a long way to go. So you can just do your best at dragon, forget about the rest of the dungeon divers points, and then when your classic your champion, what do you call it now, champion chase, where is it, summon rush, when your summon rush comes around, you know you can skip out on 10 fragments from this fusion, right? So maybe this dungeon divers 2 is the first 5 fragments you skip out on. You totally need 100 fragments. 110 is made available to you, so maybe this 5 is the one you decide to skip, but only if you're one of those who can go all the way for summon rush. So I am one of those who only gets 5 fragments on summon rush and skips the 10. But if this is your 5 that you want to skip out on, so you can go all the way for summon rush, it's also up to you. Remember, you can skip 2 5 fragment events or one single 10 fragment event like summon rush and pick up the 5. So it's good to go back to the drawing board like this and know your plan, see what is changing, see how to navigate this. And right now I see that this dragon is going all the way, so I don't need to stop farming dragon. I will keep farming dragon until it's done. I'm not using the helper for this one right now, but you can see my points on the dragon is showing me I currently have 1,316 points out of 2,250 or so. And if I go to my dungeon, you see the dragon is farming 9 out of 30 battles. Yes, due to the small mass I did, it showed me that I'm going to have to farm dragon 30 times in order to get the points required that I'm missing out on, right? So 30 battles loaded into dragon with the new raid feature of background battles. It can allow you to farm a battle while you do other things like artifact enhancement. We're still waiting for when this dragon battle can be running and I go to live arena and fight it. We're still waiting for that feature in raid, so make that happen. Because right now, while this dragon is farming, I have nothing else to do in raid than to go load up some other game. I can't sit and wait for 30 battles. I've done my gear cleanse, I've done all that, so I have to go load up some other games. So if you catch me on stream, twitch.tv/Breeze5D, I'll probably be playing more raid, Watcher of Realms, or Once Human, whichever one. Stop by the stream and say hi. Alright, shout out to the winners of the giveaway yesterday. We did a Sunday stream yesterday. Ade was there. Ade was one of the winners. Femi, you're one of the winners. And I posted on the Discord bot picked 2 winners. Dabi also came up as one of the winners. And Deflected, I think, was one more person. Somebody had to message in their DM to also give me a UM code. Your UM codes have been sent to Plarium. Your 540 gems and 1 ancient shard will be sent to your inbox either today or tomorrow. So good luck to you. If we get the channel to 8K subscribers, these giveaways I do once a month can be done twice a month. That's huge, right? 540 gems and 1 ancient shard, or it will be 1 void shard at that point. Get this channel to 8K. That's all that is needed, and we can do giveaways twice a month. It's a huge deal, and I will have a lot more legendary skill tomes to spend on champion builds than this one right here. All right, so because we creators also get some in-game resources from Plarium for pushing our channels to these huge milestones. There is another energy is being used for this. Gems are going low, but we still have a lot more from where that came from. All right, I just wanted to give this little update about what is coming in raid, the 15x champions boosted events, 15x boosted event that does not boost your rates of getting legendaries. I have to stress that it's still going to be a 6% chance. I don't advise it unless you're one of those who know how close you are to Messi. Have you pulled 19 legendaries? I mean 19 what do you call it now, sacred shards without a legendary? You pulled 15. Just 1 or 2 more might get you your 15x champion. So don't think I totally hate 15x. If I know I'm very close to Messi, like I've pulled 150 ancient shards without a legendary, I will pull ancients during this 15x. But because I know I've not pulled any such, I'm not close to any Messi like that, I'm not touching 15x at all. The few times I've tried it, I've learned my lesson. So that's why I keep spreading out the information. Shout out to Ade for all the help on yesterday's stream. I was going to put this in a different video. I managed to finally start using the free gear removal that Raid gave to us. And now I can boldly go in there and I use this preset manager more than I ever used it in this entire time since it was launched. This preset manager, I'm one of those players who is now swapping gear from Peter to pay Paul, from Paul to pay Mary. I'm swapping gear like a madman. Yesterday, for the first time, my arbiter got all our gear stripped. Who did I give it to? I gave all the gear. I'm just giving a little bit of, since you missed the stream, I gave all the gear to champions that helped me beat S19. These champions. Imagine a 400 speed. My best stun set on these champions, fought by everybody got in here, nuked S19, S21, even this Fire Knight stage that I was so hard stuck on for the longest time. I used this team to beat it. Fastest gear given to all these champions. Bolster, I was stealing gear like a mad person, and finally, after all the stealing, these champions no longer have the gear. I've given it back to the original owners, right? Like it should be. So that was all the help from the stream. I didn't just stop there at the Fire Knight. I moved on yesterday all the way to S19. So now I have to go fight this content also, steal some gear, put it on champions. This one should be easy. I have a mythical. This one should be easy. But I'm using this free gear removal to the maximum. All I'm doing is save my team presets like I've done for most of this champion. Once I save it, I can now swap out all this gear to somebody else and then give it back to the champion after it's done by just clicking that try on and equip it back for free. So huge shout out to Raid. It's making us play the game more than often. It's even making me beat content that I've never really attempted. If you tell me that I will be pushing hard mode of the City this deep, I'll say I'm not ready for it, or my champions are not ready, or I don't have masteries, or I don't have the gear. I always had some excuse. But now that there is free gear removal, well, we had free gear removal before, those little ones you have to claim and use. But I was still not doing it. So this time around, I'm actually using the time, calm down, not have to rush and build 1 or 2 champions because your gear removal is about to expire. So, but now we're using it. I'll knock all this content out, and I have 1 more remnant summon. Do I do it right now just for funsies? Nah. Nah, I got 1 more remnant summon because I fought all that content for hard mode. All right, that's all my raid update right now. You guys, see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell your clanmates to also come subscribe to the channel. Even if you have to turn off notifications, just get the channel to 8K. It's a huge milestone we must complete as soon as possible so we can all benefit from it, right? Later, guys.